Very pleasant good evening, everybody. Welcome back to continuing coverage of Ashland Arrows basketball on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. We welcome you live to Ashland High School Arrow Arena, where we have girls varsity action this evening between the Ashland Arrows and the visiting Mansfield Senior Tigers. Tonight's game also brought to you by the great folks at Hedstrom Entertainment, having unplugged fun for over 100 years. David Wilson reporting along with Aiden Chandler and Brandon Gunder. Tonight the Arrows put their undefeated record on the line. They're 10-0, 6-0 in the OCC. They take on a Mansfield senior team that is struggling at 0-11, a winless season through the first half of their regular season. They are 0-6 in conference play. This is the Countdown to Tip-Off show, brought to you by Simonson Construction Services, serving Ashland and North Central Ohio for over 50 years. Ashland coming off a win against West Holmes, 54-28 on Saturday. That was their 10th consecutive win to start the year. Mansfield lost at Sandusky on Monday, 74-18. So this is their second game of the week. Aiden, welcome back. Good to be with you tonight here at Arrow Arena. The ladies undefeated, 10-0. They took their show on the road against West Holmes. They got a big conference win, 6-0 now in the league. A 54-point performance, a little below their season average, but nevertheless, a high-flying offense that just continues to produce.
Yeah, and it looked like there were, in that game, a lot of the bench players. Coach Holt got to go deep into her bench, get some of her JV players some experience at the varsity level. And, you know, anytime you go to West Holmes has a storied tradition in Millersburg and won a few state championships over there. So it's never a given when you go to West Holmes to take on the Knights, but the Arrows taking care of business. Kennedy Lacey with another great night, 24 points to pace the offense, and then Madison Hoffman chipping in 12. Cameron Cox, 8 points, 17 rebounds. So Cameron getting physical down low. Maybe it was that Truex Printing Player of the Game in their last home game that sparked her confidence. I don't know, but it's nice to see that the Arrows are firing on all cylinders right now. And this is a really tough one tonight because, you know, you talk about anytime you come in and you have a team that you know you should handle, and I don't think the Arrows are going to have a problem by any means with Mansfield Senior tonight, but you just want to see clean basketball from your team because it's easy to lose focus in games like this. So you just want to see a complete game from your team. Obviously, I expect those players on the bench. I expect Coach Holt to get deep into her bench again tonight and see some more of those JV players, but just play a clean game, stay healthy, and then you move on to the next one.
Let's go ahead and check those OCC standings along with the Arrows record. It's all brought to you by Whitaker Myers, providing solutions for insurance, benefits, and wealth management needs since 1869, with offices in Ashland and Worcester, Ohio. Arrows, as we mentioned, 10-0. They are the only unbeaten team in the OCC, and still, according to Max Preps, one of only 3 teams in all of Division III in the state of Ohio still unbeaten. So 10-0, 6-0 for Ashland. New Philadelphia, a game back, 6-1. Their only blemish is that loss against Worcester and somewhat of an upset. They are 10-1. Mansfield Madison, 4-2. They are 6-6 overall. 4th place, West Holmes at 3-2. They're below 500 though now at 4-6 on the year. Worcester is above water in the conference and overall. They're 4-3 in the league, 6-4 overall on the season. Dover is 2-5, 3-8 on the year. Then comes Lexington at 1-5, 1-10. And the opponent tonight, Mansfield Senior, the TY Tigers, 0-8 in the conference, 0-11 on the year. Madison is at Lexington tonight. New Philadelphia has a game at West Holmes. Dover is at Worcester. Those 3 contests in addition to our game here at Arrow Arena. It is the Arrows against the Tigers.
Just a reminder, folks, we're coming to you all season long from the Priest Dental broadcast booth. Kevin Priest, your hometown dental leader He's an AHS alum, and he will handle all your dental needs over at Priest Dental.
All right, the teams are warming up. As you see there on the screen, we will take this time out and continue on our Simonson Construction countdown to tip-off in just a moment. You're watching Arrows basketball on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving.
Ashland isn't just where we work, it's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust. Done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
A silent night.
Welcome back to our Simonson Construction Countdown to Tip-Off show. Arrows and Tigers tonight. The neighborhood rival comes to visit the unbeaten Arrows. Friends, this year, when we have guests on our broadcast, it's all brought to you by Whitcomb and Hess. They have your needs covered. Plan, grow, and thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. That's Whitcomb and Hess. Also, when you can't make it out to Arrow Arena, if you're out to dinner, say, in downtown Ashland, the South Street Grill, you can keep up with the games. South Street will show Arrows basketball all season long in the lower level bar area. Well, the Arrows coming in, scoring 60 a game, giving up only 34, and you contrast that with a Tigers team, and there's really no way to sugarcoat it. Aiden, this team is struggling to score points. They're averaging just 16 points a game through their first 11. They have a depleted roster tonight. 2 players missing from their normal rotation, so they only have 7 active players for head coach Sierra Hardin. They're coming off a loss against a Sandusky team, a lopsided defeat. Of course, Ashland recently handled Sandusky with a running clock.
Yeah, and one of the 3 players that scored for senior high is inactive tonight, so that takes us right into our injury report. The injury report brought to you by Fickus Furniture. No need for the big box stores. Fickus Furniture has your needs covered. First for the visiting Tigers, Javea Hudgens and Layla Sutton are both not active tonight, not playing for Coach Hardin. And then for the Arrows, Bailey Hartman continuing to nurse a knee injury, but good news is she's off the crutches, walking on her own power, so hopefully Coach Holt can get Hartman a key piece on that Arrow bench back here momentarily.
You know, Aiden, you brought up a good point. You come into a game like this, you know you should win. They probably will win. Obviously, this is an opportunity to continue to try to get better. I'll be interested to hear some of Coach Holt's thoughts after the game on how they accomplished that. But you still go out, you run your sets, you run your plays, you try to get good shots. It doesn't really matter the opponent.
Yeah, I mean, on any given night, right, you can't simulate, I say this all the time, you can't simulate a game. So whereas Mansfield Senior not having a good year, 0-11 on the season, you can't simulate what you can do to, you can't simulate, what the Arrows are going to do tonight in a practice. You can't simulate the speed of a game, no matter how hard you try. So game experience always going to be great, especially for that bench. A lot of the girls on the bench are going to get some opportunity tonight to play significant minutes in this game, and you never know down the line. Foul trouble, injury, you never know what's going to happen. It's always good to get players experience.
We'll see a lot of players get into some action tonight here at Arrow Arena, but obviously the frontline starters will have a chance to play at least the first half. We'll see how things develop here, Aiden, but Kennedy Lacey continues to shine. Great supporting cast, but Lacey, by our most recent official point total, 946 points going into this evening's game. So we're on a 1,000-point watch for her. Probably not tonight, but we're looking at the next few games, she will probably eclipse that mark.
And what's crazy is she's a junior.
Yeah.
She's still got another season in an Arrow uniform to try and chase down that career scoring record, which if she can stay healthy, there's no doubt she'll do. The leading scorer, Kylie Radaball, broke that record when she graduated in 2018, 1,150 points. Kennedy Lacey well on her way to that number. Might get it before the end of the year, might pass it before the end of the year, and she's got another year here. So remarkable stuff what the junior has been able to do in the orange and black.
She's shooting 53% from the floor, averaging 23 points a game and 9 rebounds. Just a phenomenal player, and we'll likely get her average or better this evening. But you mentioned in some of your earlier comments, Cameron Cox, just a massive 17 rebound performance. She had 15 boards in a game earlier this year, so that's a new season high for her in that game against West Holmes, but just affects the game in so many ways. She can't score it. Obviously, we've seen her go off offensively, but alters shots, blocks shots, and grabs boards. Obviously, those are 3 key areas.
Yeah, and as the tallest player on the floor for Coach Holt's Arrows, it's important that she does all that stuff, has that level of production, and stays out of foul trouble. And that's been the biggest area of growth for Cameron Cox, is her ability to go up, defend a player at the rim, and not foul that player. So tremendous strides that this entire Arrow team has made, but it's great to see Cameron Cox being efficient in the point category and the rebound category and staying out of foul trouble.
It is worth mentioning this is the second meeting of the year between Mansfield Senior and Ashland. The Arrows prevailed in what I believe was the second game of the year on December the 3rd. That was a 64-18 final over at Senior High School. So starting in some cases the second go around in the conference schedule. It's the second meeting tonight here at Arrow Arena as the Arrows take on Mansfield Senior. We're getting closer to the tip-off of today's game. When we come back, we'll have our national anthem, starting lineups, and Aiden's keys to the game. All of that is straight ahead. Right now, we'll take this time out. You're watching Arrows basketball on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Ashland isn't just where we work, it's our home. From glorious country to Main Street Parade.
And welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to Arrow Arena and our continuing coverage of Arrows basketball. Our next broadcast will be coming up on Friday night when we have boys action for you against West Holmes. That'll be a 7:30 start here on the hardwood, and then we'll be right back here on Saturday afternoon for a 1:30 girls varsity game between the Arrows and the Waynedale Golden Bears in non-conference action. So those are our next 2 telecasts here on the Arrows Broadcasting Network. It is time for our national anthem, and we'll listen in right now live from Arrow Arena. Our national anthem presented by Chandler Systems, Inc., locally owned and operated right here in Ashland for over 40 years. Let's check those starting lineups now. They're brought to you by Truly Inspired Paper Company for all your paper needs, from wedding invitations to business cards and everything in between. Truly Inspired Paper Company in Ashland and Loudonville. TY Tigers will go with this lineup. It'll be Tania Hammock starting. We do not have grade levels or positions here, provided only with the roster with the uniform numbers by the Tigers athletic people. So we'll give you what we have here. So Tania Hammock will start along with Zakira McDaniel, Callahan Kavanaugh, Zyra Greggs, and Jules Sewell will get the start. Their other two active players, Nayana White and Faith Sewell, will come off the bench. So a somewhat depleted roster for Mansfield Senior. Their starters again, Hammock, McDaniel, Kavanaugh, Greggs, and Sewell. For the Ashland Arrows, coached by Renee Holt, Madison Hoffman will start at a guard spot, 5'10". She is a senior, averaging 15 points a game. Grace Tobias will start in the backcourt, 5'4". She's a senior, averaging 4. Kennedy Lacey will start at a shooting forward spot. She's 5'10", a junior, the leading scorer on the Arrows, pumping in 23 a night. CC Story will round out a 3-guard alignment. She's 5'5", a junior, one of the top 3-point shooters in the conference, averaging 5 points a game. Cameron Cox will start in the post. She is a 6'1" senior, averaging 8 points, 9 rebounds a game. Hoffman, Tobias, Lacey, Story, and Cox, the familiar starting lineup for the Ashland Arrows. Lineups brought to you by Truly Inspired Paper Company. Check the keys to the game, Aiden.
Tonight's keys to the game brought to you by your hometown vision leader, Ashland Eye Care. Proud AHS alum Dan Demble will handle all your vision needs, and it's pretty simple tonight, and I'm going to just take the words right out of Coach Holt's mouth. Play Arrow basketball, and the Arrows should be able to take care of business tonight.
Lineups being finished up here over the PA system by a voice very familiar to you.
I hear it a lot. Yeah.
Referees are getting their jackets off. Who will make the impartial calls tonight?
The referees brought to you by your hometown barbershop, 419 Barbershop in downtown Ashland. Matt Trukovich and his team have all your needs covered. The officials for tonight, Mark Novak, Dale Cuddig, and Kevin Lehman.
We are coming to you live and direct from the Priest Dental broadcast booth here atop Arrow Arena. Arrows will be in their home whites. The Lady Tigers in their traveling orange uniforms. Our upcoming tip-off and the team colors are served up by Linway Restaurant. Quality food and fine service since 1951. We are ready to go. Looks like Kennedy Lacey will jump center against Tania Hammock. And the ball will be up in the air, and there it goes. Underway we are here at Arrow Arena. Thank you for joining us for some Wednesday night varsity basketball on the Arrows Broadcasting Network. Here's Lacey, mid-range jumper on the baseline. Perfect.
Kennedy Lacey getting the Arrows off to a good start. 1-1 from the field for Ashland, 100%.
Wide open. She's not going to miss many of those. Full court pressure shown by the Arrows. Now a steal. As Mansfield advanced the ball, it's Lacey on the attack, leaves her feet, misses the shot, and a blocking foul is called. And that's one thing with the 7 active roster. They're going to have to try to stay out of foul trouble this evening. That foul goes against Callahan Kavanaugh.
Yeah, only 2 players on the bench for Coach Harden. Definitely got to be careful, stay out of foul trouble. Kennedy Lacey to the Connery Manufacturing free throw line.
Connery Manufacturing, your wastewater equipment leader, locally owned for over 40 years. You'll have one more. We see a 55% foul shooter. Second on the way, and that one is perfect, so she has 3. All 3 for the Arrows. 3-zip, they get it ahead to Kavanaugh. Quickly double teamed and the ball poked away. It'll stay Tigers ball. Again, they played on Monday night, suffered a loss at Sandusky. Arrows here for 2 straight. They'll host Waynedale on Saturday. Some important road games are coming up for this Lady Arrows team.
Especially that one against New Philadelphia. That one's been circled on the calendar for quite some time for the Lady Arrows.
McDaniel has her pass picked off. Second turnover for the Tigers. It's Tobias. Kicks it out for a Story 3. Got it. That one rattles home.
Nice job there by Grace Tobias. Keep her head up. When she picked up her dribble, pivoted, good vision, saw CC Story wide open, who knocks down the 3.
She delivered that pass in perfect position. Shot thrown up there by Sewell. No good. Offensive putback wouldn't go in. And tipped out of bounds to the Arrows. Sewell had a pretty good look there, did not fully square up to the basket. I think she sort of sensed that defense collapsing. Got the shot up there, it would not go in, still 6-0.
Tigers in a 2-3 zone here, trying to preserve some legs on the defensive end.
Story, Lacey, back to Story for 3. Weak side rebound pulled down by Greggs.
I like that look though. Nice shot there by CC Story, just couldn't get it to fall.
Hammock fires up a shot on the run, not there. Hoffman grabs the rebound. She's off to the races, far side of the court. Story finds Tobias for 3. One rattles out. Ball on the floor. And a jump ball signaled, and it's going to go to the Tigers.
I like to see the effort though there by Grace Tobias, missing the 3, but right when that shot went up, she followed her shot, had a chance to pull in that rebound, just couldn't get it, tie up possession to the Tigers.
Nayana White checks in. A Suds substitution. White number 30 in orange. More full court pressure by the Arrows. They do break it. Hammock sits it out to Kavanaugh, throws up a 3. That won't go. And the rebound for Cam Cox, her first of the night. Lacey to Tobias, makes it no. Cox comes flying in, grabs the rebound, and the follow-up 3 by Hoffman right down the hatch.
Nice job by Cameron Cox, pulling in 2 rebounds there on consecutive possessions. A defensive rebound on the Tiger side of the floor, and an offensive rebound leading to a 3.
Yeah, plus the assist. Hammock, a dangerous pass to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh had 8 points in their game to lead their effort against Sandusky, and a timeout taken by Sierra Hardin. Our first quarter is brought to you by Comfort Control, providing the best comfort for residential and commercial customers for more than 40 years. I mentioned the games coming up. Aiden, this team will have to win on the road. They have 4 straight road games in a compact 7 days between the 14th and 21st of January. So those will be big games coming up that, we've been saying it a lot. They've had a pretty favorable schedule. You might call it a soft schedule. Games are going to start to get tougher, especially those 2 new Philly games.
And that's one thing I'm interested to talk to Coach Holt about after the game is, yeah, it's fun to win these conference games. It's fun to blow teams out, especially with how things started early on in Coach Holt's career here at Ashland. But at the same time, it's also good to be tested, especially in the regular season where you can afford to lose a game or 2, right? You don't ever want to lose. You want to win every single game and win the state championship. But that's a hard thing to do in high school basketball. So these big tests coming up on the road for the Arrows are really going to tell us a lot about where this team stands come the end of the season and come tournament time.
So the first timeout taken by Coach Hardin. Zyra Greggs will throw it in to Hammock. Hammock, the point guard. Here's number 10. Top of the key, picked up by Tobias. Ashland in the man-to-man. Kavanaugh wants to drive, throws it up on the run, and got it to go. Tigers are on the board, 9-2. Tobias advancing the ball quickly, gets it to Lacey. Down the lane she goes, banks it up, it won't go in. Rebound pulled down by Zyra Greggs.
Yeah, Callahan Kavanaugh looks like we don't have much on this senior high team. It looks like the leading ball handler for the Tigers and able to get the first basket in for senior high.
Got to get a moving screen here on her, and that's her second foul.
Well, you'd hate to see your leading ball handler go out with foul trouble early in the first quarter.
That was a moving screen that was just far too obvious and plain in sight of the official at half court. CC with the ball, now to Tobias. Whips a pass to the top of the key to Hoffman. Tobias again, Story. Now Hoffman sets up for three. Bingo. Her second three, she has 6, and it's 12-2, largest lead of the night for the Arrows. 4:13 to go.
And she's 2 for 2 from the three-point line. Maddie Hoffman, a phenomenal three-point shooter, 34%, obviously broke the school record with 8 early in the season at Clear Fork, knocking down another 3.
Well, they get Lacey on the aggressive defense there, and that should send Kavanaugh to the line. See if they call that a shooting foul or not. Nope, they say out of bounds. She did flip up the shot late, but the officials were not buying it. 12-2. 4:02 to go. First quarter, just getting warmed up here at Arrow Arena. They do get it into Kavanaugh. Puts it up over Lacey. Missed it. A rebound. It's going to go out of bounds. Arrows take over.
You know, I'm going to give props there to Callahan Kavanaugh. An 0-11 start. I'm sure there's a lot of frustration with this Lady Tiger team, but she's playing really hard tonight, getting up a few shots early on here in this first quarter.
They still pack it back into that zone. Cox underneath, muscles it up. Might have had it partially blocked. The ball grabbed by Nayana White.
Good look there from Cameron. She's a little too eager when she got the basketball, just threw it up. Like to see her use the glass.
Kavanaugh pulls up. Had it knocked away, goes in for a layup. No, White another rebound and a nice pass. The shot missed by Sewell, and Cox grabs the rebound. 12-2 Ashland. Cox sets up for three and missed everything. And Tobias tries to save it, but the bounce a little too high for her outstretched arm.
Cox a 27% three-point shooter. Obviously, when you're up to 12-2, you can afford to take that shot, right? But a little early in the possession there for Ashland. Like to see him get into their offense.
Kavanaugh has it taken away. It's Lacey on the steal. Gets it off the glass. It's good. She draws the foul. It's an and-one opportunity for Kennedy Lacey, who now has 5 points. She turned Hammock around a couple of times as we get a second look on our Sarver Paving replay. This and-one opportunity brought to you by the Norma Foundation, rewarding big plays on the court and big ideas off it. Kennedy Lacey to the Connery Manufacturing free throw line for this shot. And she completes the three-point play. She has 6 points. Makes it a 15-2 game. We had some subs come in, Aiden.
Yeah, so substitutions there. Kaya Hendershot and Josie Van Tilburg check into the game for the Lady A's.
Not sure what he just called. Did she step out of bounds or maybe turn it over?
Yep.
So it's another turnover. I have that for number 4 on Mansfield. Here's Lacey for 3 off the flange, and the deep rebound goes to Cam Cox.
Cameron said, give me that, Josie. I want my 4th here of the first quarter.
Jumper on the way. Hendershot hangs up on the rim, won't go, but Lacey is there and banks it up and in. Bank shots courtesy of Coldwell Banker Ward Real Estate right here in Ashland, Ohio, and Lacey has 8 points.
Nice effort there by the Arrows. Crash the boards, pulling the offensive rebound. 2 of them on that possession.
Maybe another illegal screen that time against Nayana White. That's a turnover.
And that's 4 fouls for senior high here. 2 minutes left to go in the quarter. 1 more in the Arrows to the free throw line the rest of the way.
Once again, our official watch location for Arrows Athletics is the South Street Grill, your home to catch Arrows Athletics. If you aren't able to attend in person, South Street will carry Arrows basketball all season long in the lower level bar area. Hoffman into Lacey. Short. Ball out of bounds. It'll stay Arrows ball. 17-2 on our Simonson Construction Services scoreboard.
It's the 8th rebound for the Arrows there.
Lacey catch and shoot, missed it. White down with the rebound, that's her 3rd. She's got it in backcourt, throws it away. And then Mansfield gets it back. That ball was batted around.
Saved by Kevin Lehman before it went out of bounds there, too.
He was right in the thick of things. Ball knocked away from Kavanaugh and out of bounds. Tobias comes in, and Lacey gets a breather. So does Hoffman. That one knocked out of bounds. That was a tough catch for Jules Sewell, number 23 in the post. And now the inbounds pass, batted around, and they pile up for it. And I think this will go to, let's say, Tigers.
Should be Arrow basketball. Tigers got the last one.
Yeah, I thought so too. And it is turned over to Ashland now. 1:46 to go, first quarter. Arrows with this one already well in hand, 17-2.
Kind of what we expected, just clean basketball from the Arrows.
Except right there.
Yeah.
That's a turnover. I have that for number one.
It's only the first, yeah, yep. Arrows just got to take care of the basketball. Another thing to keep in mind too here as this game goes along, the Arrows' high point total of the season is 64, which they have achieved 2 times. The first time was against the senior high.
It's Kavanaugh. Ran down past the right block, but then stepped through and scores and draws the foul. This will be a 3-point opportunity. They got Josie Van Tilburg on the foul. We'll see the drive right here. Kind of overshot her spot, but then stepped back and knocked it in. She has 4 points.
Nice move down there by Kavanaugh on the block. It's a step through, finish through contact.
Missed the shot, though. Sturry. She'll bring it into front court. She's stopped there by McDaniel. Now underneath to Cox, who shot and missed. Kavanaugh grabs the rebound. Arrows are cold here, despite having 17 points on the board. Blocking foul. It's going to send McDaniel to the line.
Might have been a little out of control there on that drive. A little bit of a bailout call, but CC Sturry's first, team's third.
So here's Zakiria McDaniel looking for her first point. Kavanaugh has all 4 points so far. McDaniel hits.
Sit-sut substitution there. Maddie Hoffman and Kennedy Lacey, the 2 leading scorers for this Arrow team in terms of average. Back into the contest.
That was kind of like a delayed snap count there. Kind of drew everybody into the lane.
I think that might be what the officials are talking about here.
I know Tobias was in, but I don't know if Mansfield stepped in early. Yep, they say it was against Ashland. So McDaniel drew the Arrows off sides. 3 to make 2, but that one tipped out of bounds. It's going to, is that going to Ashland or not? Nope, Mansfield keeps.
Senior high basketball, and that's the little stuff you're looking for in games like this, is simple stuff like that. Box out on free throws, pull in rebounds. That's the little stuff Coach Holt's going to be frustrated about if the Arrows can't execute in that regard.
Daniel has the ball guarded by Story. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Kavanaugh had it stripped by Lacey. It's out of bounds, and Ashland will take over. That all started with Kennedy Lacey poking that ball away. Turnover number 7. 52 seconds left. First quarter, 17-5 Arrows. They're unbeaten on the year, 10-0. Mansfield yet to win a game. They're 0-11. Hoffman. Lacey, baseline, not there. Cox, another rebound. Hoffman, a jab step.
Plenty of time here. The Arrow offense can slow it down a bit, get a good look.
Hoffman will launch the 3. Right corner, not there. Knocked out of bounds. Players all over the floor, and it'll stay with the Arrows with 22 ticks left.
No contact down there when Cameron Cox went up for that rebound. She was surrounded by 4 Lady Tigers. It goes out of bounds. Possession stays here.
Lacey gets the inbounds. She's picked up defensively by Greggs. Now it's Story for 3, and she knocks that one down. Caught that one in rhythm. elevated, knocked down her second three of the night. She has 6 points, 20-5.
That's a money inbound play by Coach Holt and the Arrows there. It works so often, especially when you got a shooter like CC Sturry that gets it in the corner.
They did not get the shot away, and so Ashland will pocket a 20-5 lead as we go into quarter number 2. We'll get second quarter play-by-play going back in a flash on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving.
Ashland isn't just where we work, it's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust. Done right on time. With free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
David Wilson, Aiden Chandler, Brown and Gunder at the controls. We are here at Arrow Arena. 20-5. The Arrows trying to sweep the season series. They knocked off Senior back in early December, 64-18. TY Tigers with the ball as we start play here in the second quarter. The first of our 3 broadcasts this week on the Arrows Broadcasting Network. That'll be a turnover as the Tigers throw it away. The pressure in the half court by the Arrows paying off.
Speak of turnovers there in that first quarter, Senior high with 7. The Arrows playing clean basketball only with 1.
Tobias to Hoffman. Sturry had 2 threes in the first quarter, and Lacey gets pushed in the interior. I think Hammock got the foul. It says number 2 on her. In Mansfield with 7 active players. Tobias to Hoffman. Around the perimeter. Sturry. Jackpot.
Why not? Why not feed the hot hand? CC Sturry, 3 threes here early in the first half.
23-5. Ashland in control. Callahan trying to plow her way down close to the bucket. Had it stripped away again on the quick hands by Lacey. Lacey, 8 points. Sturry now leading all scorers with 9. Hoffman has 6. Ashland ball. This will be a sideline inbound. Arrow sticking in the man-to-man. We've seen Mansfield pack it into a 2-3 zone most of the game so far.
Well, with a player like Kennedy Lacey, you've got to pack it in and take her paint presence away.
They go a travel there on Jules Sewell. Sort of move that pivot foot there at the elbow, and that's the 9th turnover against the Tigers. Tobias, nice look inside. Lacey left it a little short. Cox, the rebound and the putback, not there. Ball's up for grabs. That's going to go to the Tigers on the jump ball. I have 6 rebounds for Cameron Cox already.
I do as well, yeah, 5 in that first quarter. Ashland out rebounding the Tigers in that first quarter, 11-10.
Full court pressure. Hammock got rid of it just in time to Kavanaugh. Pretty nice delivery. That shot no good, and the rebound down to Story. She wants to push the break. Tobias got too far under, but got fouled. That'll be number 3 on Hammock. And to the Connery Manufacturing free throw line, it'll be Grace Tobias.
Yeah, Grace finding herself just a little under the basket there. Could have dished to Lacey for 2, but nonetheless, Tobias has a chance at the Connery Manufacturing free throw line for 2 here.
Hammock committing that foul, somewhat ill-advised. I don't think Tobias had any chance to get that up over the rim. But she sinks the free throw, her first point. She is now 3 of 4 on the year from the foul line, 24-5.
That's substitution for the Tigers. Zariah Greggs and Nayana White back in the game.
There's Cox grabbing the rebound, her 7th. Hoffman, Lacey had it taken away. Sturry picks up the loose ball. Hoffman will hoist a 3. Too strong that time. There's those long rebounds. And it's still up for grabs. Picked up by Nayana White, her 4th rebound. And Kavanaugh drives to the hoop. She has 6 points.
Nice transition defense there by Sturry to avoid a foul.
Now Kavanaugh comes flying in there, knocks the ball away from Lacey. You're right. Kavanaugh is doing everything possible. You see her here trying to catch up to the play, and she does get the block. Sierra Harden coaching down on the sideline, trying to get her players in position. That shot not there, and we'll get an on-the-back foul. I think they'll get Sturry on that.
They're going to call that on senior high.
Yeah.
So that'll be an offensive rebound for CC Sturry and a foul there on Zariah Greggs. Only her first. Arrow's getting a lot of good looks here offensively. A lot of open threes, just not able to knock a lot of those down. And
Cox missed from short range. Hoffman the board and the putback, no, and it's out of bounds.
Point being there, the Arrows could be up by a lot more if they were knocking down some three-pointers here.
And obviously right on the doorstep there for Cameron Cox. She got it wide open underneath, and like you see a lot of players do, she took that dribble, which you just want to go straight up with that ball. Gave the defense a little time to react and end up missing the shot. 24-7, timeout was taken here by Mansfield, their 2nd of the half. Our 2nd quarter is brought to you by Comfort Control. We appreciate their great sponsorship. And this reminder that when we see the Jazz Band throughout the year, it's brought to you by Bill Harris Dealerships with locations in Ashland and Loudonville. From Chevrolets to Fords to Dodges to Jeeps and quality pre-owned vehicles as well. Bill Harris Dealerships is your one-stop shop. 24-7. And it could be much, much worse for the Tigers. The Arrows having an off shooting night so far.
Yeah, I mean, but the effort on the offensive glass has given the Arrows a lot of second chance looks, and Cameron Cox doing a great job down low. Struggling to finish around the rim tonight, but she's pulled in 8 boards via tips or pulling it down herself. She's doing a phenomenal job down low. And CC Sturry shooting the ball really well here with 3 threes in this first half. Maddie Hoffman's knocked down 2 as well. But again, a lot of opportunities from beyond the three-point line. Arrows just unable to convert.
Hammock back in with 3 fouls. Gets it to McDaniel. 5.5 to go, first half. That one is a shot that's out of bounds. Hammock went up through traffic and did not draw iron or glass. See what the Arrows have in mind here. Kennedy Lacey drives to the hoop. It's fouled outside near the arc.
I don't know about that call. Seemed like minimal contact there on Lacey, who got to the basket at ease.
Now McDaniel gets the foul. Baseline right. Hoffman, she drives toward the rim and gets fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. Fouls mounting now for the TY Tigers. It's going to be Gregg's 2nd.
Zariah Greggs, 2nd foul, team's 5th. Maddie Hoffman to shoot.
5:23 left to go here in the 2nd quarter. And the Arrows in the bonus. They'll be there at the Connery Manufacturing free throw line after every foul the rest of the quarter.
First one no good. Hoffman a 72% foul shooter. 24-7. 6 points on the night for Callahan Kavanaugh of the Tigers. So she has been the go-to offensive player for senior. Missed them both. And the rebound down to Sewell. She gets it to Hammock. Big collisions and a turnover. Breakaway for the Arrows. It's Lacey with the left-hand layup. Double figures for the junior. Van Tilburg, the assist there, Aiden.
See that all too often. Arrows get a turnover and they're running the floor quickly.
A turnover on the sideline against Hammett. Kind of lost it off the dribble, right into the scorer's table.
It's the 11th turnover for the Tigers.
Arrows are unbeaten, 10-0. Pass it underneath. It's Lacey. Reverse layup. Perfect. Off the glass. Bank shots provided by Coldwell Banker Ward Real Estate for all of your real estate needs here in Ashland, Ohio. Lacey with a dozen.
What a finish there by Kennedy Lacey. Great awareness of where she is on the floor, able to throw up the reverse. Drops it off the glass.
You think about some of the shots that have not fallen. There's a turnover by the Tigers. Some of the shots that have not gone down the hatch, and then that one is perfect.
It's just one of those nights. Sits that substitution for the Arrows. Grace Tobias, Kai Hendershot checking back in for Coach Holt.
28-7 lead. We're coming to you live from the Priest Dental broadcast table. Van Tilburg has the ball, almost lost it off the dribble. Hoffman fires the three. That one rattles home. Hoffman, she has 3 threes and 9 points. Van Tilburg 2 assists. There's a steal in the backcourt. Van Tilburg bats it around. It'll end up a tie-up. And it does go to Ashland. I've got that for number 13 in the turnover department. 31-7 now. Main thing that gets on my mind, Aiden, in these games, and I think we saw it earlier this year. I can't remember the opponent, but one of these lopsided games, you just don't want to see anyone injured in a game like this.
For sure.
I think that happened with Lexington. One of their players was hurt in the Ashland blowout. Lacey stops and pops, about a 12-footer. No doubt about that one. 14 for her. She's heating up now. That reverse layup might have opened things up.
And we see the first regular JV starter for the Arrows, Campbell O'Brien, checks into the game here in the first half.
Turnover Tigers. O'Brien was part of a big JV win for Ashland tonight. I failed to write down the final score of that game, but they played the freshman team from Medina. And so, no surprise, the Arrows won that one big. Hoffman to Lacey, drives on the baseline, banks it up and in. She's scoring at will and has Sweet 16.
Scoring very efficiently, too. Most of the shots that Kennedy's thrown up tonight have found the bottom of the net.
That's an 11-0 run. That one tipped out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Arrows. McDaniel back in. I'm going to go ahead and just call that reverse layup by Kennedy Lacey. Aiden, the big shot of the game, brought to you by our friends at Big Land Home Improvement and Property Management. Look at that beautiful rainbow three. Hoffman, 12, all from behind the arc.
Arrows starting to find their groove offensively here. I say that as they're up 38-7.
And the turnover, that's 16. Big Land Home Improvement and Property Maintenance, located right here in Ashland. Check them out for all your home improvement and property management needs.
Coach Holt wisely getting into her bench here. Don't need these starters playing unnecessary minutes.
Hoffman, a heat check, but there's the rebound by Hendershot. Kaya Hendershot puts it up and in, her first basket. And the Arrows have 40 on the board here with 2:20 to go in the second quarter.
Just domination here from Arrow Arena, and this is kind of what we expected. Going to get these bench players, you're getting deep into your bench here, going to get some experience for those JVs.
Lacey tries to jump the route. Story coming back in with Megan Ediger. So Lacey and Hoffman out, 40-7. O'Brien in with Ediger. This is Hammock to the glass, missed the layup, and Story grabs the rebound. Ahead it goes to Hendershot. Uses the glass. Knocks it down. She has 4 points.
An incredible pass there by Grace Tobias. Off the dribble, one-handed slinger to Kai Hendershot, who finishes with the left hand.
Tobias now with 2 assists. 1:39 on the clock. Second quarter. Hammock pulls up and shoots and knocks it down. Mid-range jumper. Her first 2. That breaks up an 18-0 run.
Yeah, and a good look there by Tania. A nice jump shot.
Story will dial up a 3-ball. It's up for grabs, and McDaniel comes up with the board and takes it all the way down to the hoop. Got fouled. Hendershot guilty of the personal. Clock stops with 1:14 to go. Here on our Simonson Construction scoreboard. A 42-9 lead. Zakaria McDaniel, number 12. She has 1 point from earlier in the game. Misfires on the first. One more coming up.
And this is her second trip to the free throw line. 1 of 2 the first time.
Somewhat of a muted crowd so far, despite the 42 points on the board. This is a tough one. It's a tough one to play in, to call, to watch. This is a tough season for Mansfield, no doubt. Everyone's aware of that. 0-11.
And we talked about it too before we went on air. Not too many years removed from a really remarkable season for this Lady Tiger program.
Callahan gets the offensive rebound, puts it back up, no, but got fouled. So Callahan Kavanaugh fighting under the boards there, and looks like she got fouled by Ediger.
Yeah, Kavanaugh definitely playing with a lot of heart, and I'm gonna say it again, so much credit to her for how hard she plays amidst the start to this season here for Mansfield Senior. Got her for 3 rebounds and 6 points here in the first half.
She knocks that one down, has 7. 42-10. Ediger, I think, traveled with it. That'll be just the second turnover, unless I missed one somewhere there, Aiden.
Nope, you're correct. Second turnover for the Arrows. First of the quarter. Did a good job of taking care of the basketball.
It was 20-5 after 1, so they have surpassed their first quarter total by 2. Hammock, the step back. Nailed it.
It's a second nice take there by Tania Hammock. Her third and fourth point of the night.
38 seconds on the clock, second quarter. Tobias to Story. Campbell O'Brien. Story, the only starter for the Arrows still on the court. Oh, Tobias is in there as well. Thank you, Aiden. Working it around the perimeter. Looking for the last shot here. Story, Hendershot wide open. They get it to her. She puts it up, missed everything. Ediger an offensive rebound. 4 to go. O'Brien will launch. And that's the end of the first half. Ediger gets an offensive rebound on that sequence, and the Arrows will settle for a 42-12 30-point lead here at halftime. Aiden, thoughts on the first half? Pretty much what we expected.
Yeah, absolutely. The Arrows taking care of the Tigers here tonight. Really clicking on all cylinders. It was a slow shooting performance in that first quarter, but the starters picked it up there in the second. And then Coach Holt able to go into her bench and get some of these JV players some experience, some varsity minutes here tonight.
We're coming to you from Arrow Arena on the Arrows Broadcasting Network. Girls varsity action this evening. Your score at halftime, Ashland 42, Senior 12. We'll continue after we take this 2-minute timeout. You're watching the Ashland Arrows on the Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving.
The team at Whitcomb & Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. And now it's time for the Whitcomb and Hess pregame show guest. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Ashland isn't just where we work, it's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Welcome back to Arrow Arena. 42-12, Ashland leading the visiting Mansfield Senior Tigers. David Wilson and Aiden Chandler back here courtside. Halftime show. Renee Holt's Arrows cruising. They're 10-0 on the year. Well on their way to their 11th. This will mark the halfway point of the regular season for Ashland. Mansfield 0-11. So they are enduring a difficult campaign. It's not getting any easier tonight. They are down by 30 here at the half. Aiden is working out some halftime numbers for you, but we can run down the individual scoring. Ashland getting 12 from Madison Hoffman on 4 threes. So she was red hot behind the arc. A dozen for Hoffman, just short of her season average of 15. Josie Van Tilburg played, did not score, but dished out a couple of assists. Grace Tobias hit a free throw. She has 1.2 assists. Megan Ediger got in the game, grabbed 1 offensive rebound. Kennedy Lacey tearing it up. She has 16 points to lead all scorers. Kaya Hendershot 4 points. Cece Story knocked down 3 threes. She has 9 points, 4 boards. And Cameron Cox all over the glass, did not score, but had 8 rebounds in the first half, plus an assist. So Cox very active underneath, and the Arrows have put 42 on the board. Callahan Kavanaugh 7 points for Mansfield. Tania Hammock 4, and 1 point for Zakiria McDaniel. That is the scoring for Mansfield. 3 players in the scoring column, led by Kavanaugh, who has 7. Aiden, what else do you have in the stat department?
Yeah, for the Arrows, 21 rebounds there in that first half compared to Mansfield Senior's 16 rebounds. Only 2 turnovers for the Arrows, so doing a nice job of taking care of the basketball. Senior high, 16 turnovers. Rarely are good things going to happen when you have that many turnovers in a half, and Mansfield just very errant with their passes. 2 of 6 from the free throw line are the Tigers. The Arrows, this is a spot I'd like to see them improve in the second half. They're 3 of 7 from the free throw line. They shoot 57% on the year from the Connery Manufacturing free throw line. I'd like to see them improve on those free throw numbers here in the second half, but pretty much everything going the way of the Arrows. Shooting the ball a lot better there in that second quarter. Kennedy Lacey, 16 points. Madison Hoffman, 12 points. Cece Sturry shooting the ball well with 9 points. So everything going the way of the Arrows.
They won that second quarter 22-7 after taking a 20-5 lead after one. So that adds up to 42-12. An additional 5 points will put us into a running clock situation in the second half. We'll go ahead and name our turning point of the game, Aiden. It's built by Bo Lacey Construction. Experience you can trust, done right on time. I'm going to have to go with the 18-0 run by the Arrows. They were up 24-7, scored 18 straight to take a 42-7 ultra commanding lead in the ball game. That included that great reverse layup by Kennedy Lacey, as well as some threes from Story and Hoffman, and just really started knocking down some shots, and that really put the game away.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see how they come out here in the second half, because as we talked about with Coach Holt last time she was up here after the blowout against Sandusky, there's not much you can say in the locker room except for keep doing what you're doing, don't get complacent, make sure we continue to play basketball the way we play basketball. So we'll see if the Arrows can keep that energy, keep that excitement here in the second half as they're cruising to victory right after a 30-point lead going into the locker room. So we'll see if they can come out here in the second half and continue to do what has gotten them to this point tonight.
Yeah, you will say this, Aiden, we've seen the Arrows in a number of these games so far this year, and I have to say, just from an observer standpoint, they handle it well. They just continue. It's a very kind of a yeoman-like performance. There's not a lot of crazy stuff going on, crazy shots or trying acrobatic passes, things like that. They stay within themselves. They kind of win gracefully. I think it's a testament to the character of the team, the way they handle these lopsided wins.
I think it's also a testament, too, to Coach Holt, the player. I mean, formerly Renee Stimpert, right, when she played at AU, there were a lot of games where the AU women's basketball team were blowing teams out, scoring 100 points, just winning in blowout fashion all the time. So she knows how to handle these moments as a player. She had a lot of good mentors as coaches in her career, both in high school at Crestview and at the University at Ashland. So she knows what to say to the players in moments like that. So that's also a testament to how the Arrows come out in the second half as well.
All right, we'll take a timeout here. We've got the second half coming up. We'll get third quarter play-by-play going when we return after this timeout on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Ashland isn't just where we work. It's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
Almost ready for the start of the third quarter here, 42-12. Ashland, we thank you for joining us. We've got more basketball coming up on Friday. That's West Holmes coming in to take on the Ashland boys. Around a 7:30 start to that game, so we'll be on ahead of time with our broadcast coverage. Back to OCC play for the boys. That was a tough loss against Ontario. A very good unit coming in here and escaping Arrow Arena with a narrow victory.
Yeah, and it's a big game for the Arrows returning to conference play. Their loss at New Philadelphia last Friday bumped the Arrows down into a tie for second with a couple other teams in the OCC. So they have a chance to keep pace with Dover. Dover's got Senior High on Friday night. Senior High trying to dethrone Dover in their first run through the OCC. Dover's undefeated in the conference.
Mansfield ball, and away we go here in the third quarter. The unbeaten Lady Arrows coming off a screen. Hammock shoots and misses. Lacey down with the rebound. First possession goes to Hoffman, misses the layup, And Cox trying to keep it alive. It's out of bounds to the Tigers.
I mean, respectable numbers rebounding-wise. 21 rebounds for the Arrows, 16 for the Tigers in the first half. But really the tail of that first half, again, as we mentioned at the halftime break, 16 turnovers for senior high. They have to take better care of the basketball here.
There's a near turnover there and a travel. So Greggs was able to get the ball and keep it, but then ended up walking. 17 turnovers. We've mentioned it before. When you have more turnovers than points, Aiden, that's a bad formula.
Yeah, absolutely. And just not enough experienced ball handlers out here on the floor for Coach Harden.
Hoffman with a 3-ball off the back iron. And it's Tobias racing in for the board. Story underneath, intended for Cox. It was picked off by Lacey. And now Story misses a 3-ball. And Hoffman has the rebound.
Cox kind of laughing at that.
Yeah,
Lacey intercepted the pass that was intended for Cox.
Story, Hoffman, corner pocket. That one rattles home. Yes, 15 now.
Must just be ingrained in the Lacey mindset between her brother and Kennedy. Intercepting passes is what they like to do. Kennedy snatching that one.
She sure did. She got the INT. Ball knocked away and stolen away. Story comes up with it. Looking for Tobias in a crowd. It does get to the target. Lacey pulls up, shoots, and rattles that one home. 18 for Kennedy Lacey. She continues to climb toward the 1,000-point mark.
And Kennedy Lacey, 6th all-time on the Ashland High School scoring list in her career.
Mansfield will have a sideline inbound. I think we do now go to the running clock situation with a 35-point Arrows lead. And it would not go off the running clock situation until the lead is reduced to under 30. Cox with a steal and then feeds Tobias, who got fouled. Cameron Cox just keeps filling up the stat sheet without scoring yet.
Yeah, second steal there for Cameron Cox, and a nice job by her to maintain control of her body, stay in bounds, and find Grace Tobias, who draws a foul and heads to the Connery Manufacturing free throw line. 4th
foul for Hammock, and Tobias hits the free throw. She has 2 points in the ball game. Again, the clock running, so this second half will fly by, partner.
It's the second straight game for the Lady Arrows where they've gotten into this running clock situation. Again, it's fun to dominate, but it's going to be important for this team to be tested down the road to prepare them for tournament time.
Waynedale coming in, a 10-win team on Saturday at 1:30. We'll have that one for you right here. That may give them the test you're talking about. Quick jump ball called, and the arrow favors Ashland.
Well, we thought that about the Clearfork game when the Arrows went to Belleville to take on an undefeated Clearfork team, and maybe that was a test that the Arrow team needed, but they handled business over there, winning by 20 plus.
Yeah, they sure did. That was when Hoffman went off. Lacey, wide open, didn't take the 3. Skip pass goes to Tobias, and she'll take it right to the glass and bank it home.
Nice job there by the right-handed guard to finish with the left hand at the rim.
50-12. Hammock caught in the backcourt, finds Kavanaugh, and they'll call Story on the reach-in from behind. Didn't really see a whole lot of contact there.
Now Cece kind of beside herself, just shaking her head. But again, when you're in a situation like this, up 50-12, that's all you can really do is just shake your head and move on to the next play.
And, you know, let's face it, it's tough for an official to call these games as well.
Yeah, hard to stay engaged.
Hammock working along the baseline. Jumper on the way off the mark. Kavanaugh, offensive rebound, and the putback. He has 9 points.
Well, that'd be my senior high player of the game if we did something like that. Kavanaugh, nice job, 9 points offensively.
Hoffman to Van Tilburg. Lacey will fire the 3. Too strong. Rebound to Kavanaugh.
Rare three-point attempt there by Kennedy Lacey, who shoots it at 41% on the air.
Kavanaugh drives on Hoffman. This is the layup. Cox down with the rebound. They throw it away, though. Hammock misses. Cox down with the board. And she's on her way up the court. Handling the ball. Gives it off to Van Tilburg, and she hits the layup.
Cameron Cox up to 10 rebounds and very unselfish there in the fast break, finding a wide open Josie Van Tilburg. Arrows rolling.
Timeout taken here by Sierra Hardin. Timeout's brought to you by Connery Manufacturing for your pump system needs. 2 timeouts left. Just for information purposes only. Doesn't really affect the strategy of the game. 2 timeouts left for Mansfield. 52-14. Third quarter action brought to you by Comfort Control. Speaking of Comfort Control, man, it's great to have temps about 45 degrees. It felt like a heat wave today.
I almost went out to the golf course. I was thinking about it, but ground a little wet, but yeah, it's beautiful. I mean,
you talk yourself into not wearing a coat?
Yeah. It's actually down at the Ohio State Dental School today, doing a little campus tour, and it was beautiful. Out walking around the campus down there, and a really nice campus. They just actually put in they just built a new dental school down there. They get a lot of donations from past alumni. So Kevin Priest, actually, Priest Dental Broadcasting Booth, he's a 2010 graduate of the Ohio State Dental School.
They do it right. Hammock guarded by Van Tilburg. 2.5 to go. There's a jumper good.
She's got a nice little jump shot, David. I mean,
she's knocked 3 of them down like that.
To my memory, on her pull-up jumper, she's 3 for 3.
Skip pass over the top of the zone. And Tilburg at the top. This actually is really not a bad situation for the Arrows. Here as Hoffman nails another 3, give Lacey the assist. 18 as Hoffman just keeps draining 3s.
If you're keeping track, that's 6 for Madison Hoffman, only 2 away from her school record for consecutive, or not consecutive, but 3-pointers made in a contest. I can't imagine she'll get much more time here.
She might be coming out at the next whistle. Hammock guarded by Lacey. Step back 3 that time off the backboard, comes off hard, and Hoffman down with the rebound to Lacey, driving to the hoop, and it's knocked out of bounds, no foul. So Hoffman the rebound. See if she's coming out. Cox out and Lacey out, so Hoffman stays on. But I started to make the point, Aiden, not a bad situation to see a 2-3 zone and have to kind of get in rhythm of where you're going to set up and how you're going to attack it.
For sure. And you know what? I always look at...
Here's another 3 by Hoffman. She just nailed another one.
Oh, that's 7. I always look at players' faces when they come out of a game, right? Because sometimes you can tell whether a player wants to come out of the game or whether they're happy with taking a break and giving someone else an opportunity. In games like this especially, both Kennedy Lacey and Cameron Cox, when they checked out of the game, they're very happy for Marley Henderson and Emma Puckett to get an opportunity to play some varsity time.
Ball is knocked away. Ashland's going to take over. I've got that for 20.
Madison Hoffman with a chance to tie her school record previously set against Clear Fork, where she knocked down 8 3-pointers. I don't know if she knows. She can do math. 21 divided by 3 is 7.
She's been exclusively behind the arc. She tried to get 3 for a layup that time. It was knocked away. And Anna White comes up with the rebound. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Hammock, now she sees and fires a long 3 and misses everything. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter. Running clock here at Arrow Arena, so it shortened the quarter, but the Arrows still managed to score 16 points. 58-16, the all-important fourth quarter is next on the Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Ashland isn't just where we work, it's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
58-16, Ashland as we go to the fourth quarter. All of our three-pointers this evening, and there have been a lot of them, brought to you by BB&C Car Care. Don't walk, keep your car running smoothly with regular oil changes at BB&C Car Care. 7 threes for Madison Hoffman. She's still on to start the fourth quarter. In fact, the Arrows still have their starting 5.
I can't imagine we'll see them very long here in this fourth quarter. Just give them a few more minutes on the floor and then let them rest the rest of the night.
That one stolen away. Cameron Cox to Lacey. Easy layup. That's up and good. 20 for Kennedy Lacey. 60-16. Knocked away. Lacey flips it into the backcourt. Now Kavanaugh has it taken away on a hustle play by Lacey. Saves it inbounds, but it's over and back. Sturry couldn't quite get across to establish position.
It's only the 4th turnover of the night for the Arrows, averaging 1 a quarter.
That's a tough one there. It does go down as a TO. Kavanaugh misses everything, and Hoffman grabs the rebound, and they're going to call a jump ball there. It will go to the Arrows. That's still good.
Hoffman secured the rebound there. I think
that was a quick whistle on the tie-up.
Yeah, it was. It looked like maybe the defender there got a little bit of arm, but nonetheless, no harm, no foul. Arrow basketball.
60-16. Bad pass, stolen away. It's Kavanaugh to the glass. She scores. Double figures for her now, 11.
On senior high, up to 18 points. That's what they scored the last time these two teams played.
Almost an identical outcome. Tobias to Lacey. She'll pull up and score from about 12 feet out. Lacey with 22.
Here comes the line change for Coach Holt.
Got a 62-18 count right now. Reggs and a timeout. 30-second timeout taken by Hardin. Mansfield will have a game at home against Massillon on Monday. That'll be a 6:30 start at senior high school. Arrows here at home on Saturday against Waynedale. 1:30. We'll have it for you here against the Golden Bears.
Chris Mowry will be back on the call for that one. Kind of jealous I'm going to miss that game. I'll be calling a doubleheader at Ohio Northern, but a very, very good Waynedale team coming in here to Arrow Arena. We'll talk with Coach Holt and our Truex Printing Player of the Game when we decide who that is about that test that they'll face on Saturday afternoon.
6:02 to go. It'll go by fast. We're in a running clock. Henderson in, Puckett in, O'Brien, Ediger, and Hendershot on the floor for Ashland. A double dribble. Mansfield turns it over. They will go to 0-12. The Arrows will improve to 11-0 as they head into the second half of the regular season. Kaya Hendershot swings it over to Ediger on the left. Now it's Puckett. Campbell O'Brien, they work it patiently here. Ediger puts it up and in with the left hand. Her first basket. Megan Ediger makes it 64-18. This was the final score, the first time these teams played.
One more basket and the Arrows will pass their season high. They're at it right now with 64.
Hammock draws contact. They'll get Emma Puckett on the foul. I'm not really sure when the first state polls come out. Aiden, I should have probably looked that up. I would imagine they will be pretty soon. We're into, I think, week 5 of the season. And I would imagine the Arrows will be right there in that D3 top 10. I think Max Preps is in charge of those now, so I'm not sure exactly how that works. Shot up and good at the foul line by Hammock. She has 7 points. 64-19. That one out. Kavanaugh misses after the rebound and the putback, and the ball on the floor. A jump ball called for. So Kavanaugh, another rebound.
I'm trying to find when those polls come out, David.
And one time long ago, it used to be the AP that would put those out, and then it was, I'm not sure how they do it now. Coaches used to vote on it. Now Max Preps, I think, handles it. Hendershot with the ball. Now to Puckett. Ediger into Henderson. The kick out. Hendershot for 3. Bingo.
Nice ball movement there by the Arrows. 67 points, and Ashland has surpassed their season high.
We'll just go ahead and call that the play of the game, as it sets a brand new season high for the Arrows. 67-19. That one way off the mark. Play of the game brought to you by Bo Lacey Construction. Experience you can trust, done right on time.
And that was a BB&C Car Care three-pointer by Kaya Hendershot to set the new season high for the Lady A's.
Ediger. O'Brien back to Hendershot. Cannot make 2 in a row. Ball on the floor. Nayana White comes up with it. 2:40 to go in regulation. Janney postgame show is waiting in the wings. O'Brien down with the board. We'll have interviews coming up. Ediger was wide open for a second. She'll now shoot a 2. Missed it. Kavanaugh the rebound.
Kavanaugh has pulled in quite a few rebounds tonight. For 8 rebounds.
She has been a warrior out there. Again, they're only playing with 7 players. Hammock gets fouled. This will get us close to the finish line here with the running clock. Guilty party was Emma Puckett, her second foul. 67-19. The 3 by Hendershot, as Aiden mentioned, brought to you by BB&C Car Care. Don't walk, keep your car running smoothly with regular oil changes at BB&C Car Care. Hoffman 7 threes in the game. One more for Hammock.
Yeah, Madison Hoffman, our Truax printing player of the game today with those 7 3-pointers.
Definitely a terrific choice. We'll have her on with some post-game thoughts, and Coach Holt will join us as well.
1 3-pointer away from tying her school record. Be cool to talk to her about that as well.
That one thrown back up there, off the mark by Greggs. Emma Puckett, she will shoot. Greggs down with the board. We're 40 seconds away from putting this one to bed for the night. Ashland 67-19 leading. That's Hammock off the glass, no. That's White who grabbed it and put it back up and in for her first basket of the evening. 67-21, the Arrows will hold it, and I don't think there'll be any further offensive attempts here. Final 8 seconds ticking away. The Arrows take care of business against the winless Tigers, and they go to an impressive 11-0 to start the 25-26 season. Congratulations to the Arrows as they pocket this OCC win to improve to 7-0 in the conference. Our Janney post-game show is just ahead with plenty of post-game reaction from Aero Arena. That's coming your way next on the Ashland Aeros Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Aeros Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Aeros football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Aeros football. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Aeros football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Aeros football.
Welcome back to our post-game coverage of Aeros basketball here on the Ashland Aeros Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving and Hedstrom Entertainment. 67-21, Ashland cruises to a win over Mansfield Senior. Updated records now: 11-0 for Ashland and 7-0 in conference play. 7-0 here at home. Mansfield drops to 0-12, 0-9 in conference play. Ashland will host Waynedale on Saturday at 1:30, and Mansfield will prepare for a game against the visiting Massillon Tigers on Monday at Senior High School. Aeros postgame show and interviews are brought to you by Janney in Mansfield. Financial advice from experienced people you can trust. Check out Rich Story at janney.com for all your financial needs. We'll check our post-game scoring recap, brought to you by your hometown law leader, the law offices of Andrew Bush. They're located right here in Ashland. 67-21 the final. Ashland led 20-5 at the end of the first quarter. It was 42-12 at halftime, meaning the Aeros won the second quarter 22-7. 58-16 after 3. That was when the running clock was instituted, and Ashland won the third quarter 16-4, and then a 9-5 Ashland advantage in the fourth, 67-21. Madison Hoffman finished with 21 points, all on three-pointers, so 7 threes by Hoffman. We'll get her thoughts on this game momentarily. Josie Van Tilburg finished with 2. Grace Tobias, 4. Megan Ediger played. She got 2 points on a late layup. Kennedy Lacey pumped in 22 points, 16 of those in the first half. Kaya Hendershot went off for 7 points, including a 3 late, which set a new single-game high for the Aeros. CeCe Sturry, 9 points on 3 threes. All of those were in the first half. Cameron Cox did not score in the ball game, but Aiden, I know she had a boatload of rebounds. I'm trying to total up 10. On my sheet. 10?
10 rebounds.
Finished with 10 rebounds, also dished out some assists, had some steals, led some fast breaks for the Aeros. That's a look at the individual scoring in the ball game. Madison Hoffman, 21 points. She is joining the post-game show, Aiden.
Well, we're joined by our Truax Printing Player of the Game. Player of the Game delivered to you by Truax Printing, your full-service commercial printing source in Ashland and Loudonville. Visit truaxprinting.com. Madison Hoffman, another stellar night for you shooting the ball. 7 3-pointers, 1 away from your school record that you set earlier in the season. My first question for you, how confident are you when you get the basketball to shoot?
You know, it's just like you come in the gym every day and you work hard, and that comes fluent, and I just kind of in a flow state right now with shooting threes, and it just feels good. So I keep shooting them, and yeah.
How nice is it to know that your teammates trust you to dish you the ball on those open looks?
You know, it's definitely nice to have a team on your back at all hands. Just like knowing where we are at all times, it's so good to play with the team that we have. We all know each other really well, and we know where we're going to be.
Yeah, you guys take care of business tonight. Obviously, you guys are the heavy favorites. How hard is it for you guys as a team to stay engaged in a game where you guys come in, you know that you're going to handle business, but how hard is it to stay engaged and do what you guys want to do?
Well, this is kind of like a thing that we've been doing recently. We look at Saturday. Saturday's a big game for us. Like, we play a very, very good team, and we kind of use this as a practice game almost to really break down our offense and break down our defense a little bit better, and just like kind of play as a team and play all together. I think this is like a big practice game for us to learn for that big game coming.
Yeah, and moving on, we'll talk about Saturday here in a bit, but what's it like for you guys? Obviously, it's been a big turnaround for you in your career here in terms of team success. Having that target on your back now, what's that like for the Lady Arrows as you guys go through every game?
You know, we've never had that target on our back, and it feels really good to say that we're 11-0, and that feels amazing, but that's nothing. We celebrate that tonight, and tomorrow we're, 0-11. We have to play like we're the bottom at all times.
Yeah, and Coach Holt's done a very good job of kind of resetting the culture here, and that's in part to why this team is having so much success. So first impression of Waynedale here on Saturday.
We've been watching film on them, and they're a scrappy team. I mean, that conference over there, they don't call many fouls for them, so we have to play the game that they play, and I think we can match up perfectly with them. I think this will be the toughest game that we play this year, but I think we're ready for it, and we just got to go out there and play air ball. Yeah, and one last question for you. It's always fun to win a big game like this, but how important are games like we're going to have on Saturday? How important is it to be tested? You know, it's super important. Like, we can get a big head sometimes as athletes, and I just think that this game that we played tonight, like, yeah, we won by so much, but it really is not like a huge win for us. Like, Saturday, we look at that and we're like, that's our big game. Like, we want to win that game. If we win that game, that's like huge for us. But it's just like making sure that we have those tough competition, and these games are fun and all, and they can be fun to play. But at the end of the day, like, this is nothing. We have to go back at Saturday and play our game. Well, that's senior Maddie Hoffman. 7 3-pointers, 21 points. Congratulations on the win, and good luck on Saturday. Thank you so much.
All right, guys, excellent job. Madison Hoffman, 21. Kennedy Lacey, 22 in the game. The 11th win of the year for the Arrows as they continue to be in the driver's seat in the OCC. That is their 7th conference win against no losses. New season high for the Arrows in terms of offensive output, 67 points. That was a key moment in the game when Kaya Hendershot hit that shot to put him over the hump there. 67, a new season high as they win it tonight, 67-21 over the TY Tigers. Coach Holt has joined our post-game show. Aiden, take it away.
Coach Holt, 11-0, 7-0 in the conference. Got a big game coming up on Saturday, which we'll talk about. You just heard David talking about it. You guys just set your season high with 67 points, came on a Kaya Hendershot three-pointer. What did you see and what did you like about your team's execution tonight?
I think, across the board, all these girls knew this was a game that, we could get any shot we want. And I told them we had to focus on us, stay disciplined in us, because we have a tough game here this Saturday.
Yeah, Madison Hoffman, one three-pointer away from tying her school record that she set just a few weeks ago, but she knocked down 7 tonight. How have you seen Madison evolve as a shooter in her 4 years here at the high school?
I think a big thing is confidence. She was struggling with some injuries last year. This year she's fully healthy, and you can see she can shoot the ball. And I let her go. If you have a coach that believes in you, you have a team that believes in you, you have all the confidence in the world.
And it's hard in a game like this to kind of think about this. What's the biggest takeaway from tonight's game?
I think staying disciplined in our defense, but then trusting each other. I kept telling them, we can get any shot you want tonight, but trusting each other that we're giving up good shots for great shots. 10-3
Waynedale coming in here on Saturday. Maddie Hoffman in her post-game interview said that's probably the biggest game of the year for the Lady Arrows. What's the first impression of Waynedale?
They're physical. They're tough. They're well coached. All around, they're just a great basketball team. So we have to come in and give them our best shot.
And I talked to Maddie about this, and I want to ask you as well. It's fun to win these games in blowout fashion, right? Especially in the conference. But it's also important along a season to be tested. And the Lady Arrows really haven't been tested. We thought the game at Clear Fork was going to be a test, and maybe it was, but you guys won that game handedly. How important is it to be tested like you guys might be on Saturday?
These out-of-conference games, I set it up on purpose to be physical games. It will be important for us down the stretch, especially facing New Philly next week down there. They're a great team, and I think we're ready for the challenge. I'm glad we rise up to the challenge like we did against Clear Fork.
Well, the Lady Arrows are rolling 67-21, a big conference win tonight, 11-0, 7-0 in the conference. Coach Holt, congratulations. We'll see you on Saturday.
Thanks so much.
All right. My back. There we go. That's it. Coach Holt, thanks you very much. Aiden, great job on the interviews. Final thoughts on what we saw here tonight.
Well, I think you hear it in these post-game interviews. We're thinking about Saturday, and we're thinking about getting ready for Saturday, and rarely is it in a game where you can kind of overlook an opponent. And I'm not saying by any means the Arrows did that tonight, but they knew that, like Coach Holt just said, they could get any shot they wanted today. They knew that they were going to be just fine in this contest, and they're focusing now on that game Saturday. They've already started watching film for Waynedale. My final thoughts are, this Arrow team is clicking. They're firing on all cylinders. They're doing everything right. They're rebounding the basketball. They had very few turnovers tonight. They shot it exceptionally well, especially Madison Hoffman there. In that second quarter, we really start to see the offense just take off there against Senior High tonight. It's a big game on Saturday, and I don't think, from what I've seen, from what I've watched, I don't think this Arrow team has been tested yet this season, and I think I've said it multiple times tonight, it is so crucial for them to be tested, because a year ago they kind of started to see how successful they could be in that campaign and winning the first district title in X amount of years, whatever it was, and then they get to the regional semis and they just get absolutely pummeled. So I think it's so important as you go throughout a season to have that adversity, and I think Saturday the Arrows are going to see that, and we'll see how they respond.
All right, Aiden, we'll see you again here on Friday night for boys varsity action. That will be West Holmes against Ashland. That's a 7:30 tip-off. We'll be on after the JV game is complete with complete coverage of that ball game, Ashland and West Holmes. And then, of course, we'll have continuing coverage of the ladies on Saturday afternoon. Good job tonight, partner. We'll see you Friday.
Sounds good, David. We'll see you then.
All right, special thanks to Brandon Gunder on a job well done at the controls here on the Arrows Broadcasting Network. Again, congratulations to the Ashland Arrows. They knock off Mansfield 67-21. For Aiden Chandler and Brandon Gunder, David Wilson now saying goodbye from Ashland, Ohio. Thank you so much for watching on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving.